Hey everyone, it's Joe from the Joe&ZO pod, and the set looks a little different today. Right in front of you, you see this red Smith jersey with the number 11, and I will explain that right now. That is an Alex Smith 49ers jersey, and this is not a typical Joe&ZO video. This is actually a video response to the channel Eddy's Cardboard Chaos, which is a fantastic channel. I will link below. You should check him out, subscribe to him if you are not already. He is running a giveaway, I believe for the month of January. And basically, to be entered into the grand prize drawing, you had to submit a video about a person in sports that you admire for having overcome something of significance throughout their career. And the second I heard that, I knew right away I wanted to make a video about Alex Smith. As you guys who have been watching the channel for a while know, I am a Ravens fan. That's why you got Justin Tucker over here in the corner in all my videos. I own a bunch of NFL REUPLOAD jerseys, but they are all Ravens jerseys. I have never paid for a jersey that is not a Baltimore Ravens jersey until this one. I bought this a couple of months ago, and it was very important to me to get this jersey. Let's talk about Alex Smith's career in its entirety. We'll summarize, we won't go through the whole thing, but we'll just hit the highlights and actually more the lowlights, just to give you a little context for his story. So he's drafted in 2005. He is the #1 pick in the draft out of Utah. He goes to the 49ers. And his first couple years in San Francisco are not great. I'm looking at his stats right now. First of all, he's injured a lot. He's on bad teams. His completion percentage is not great. He throws a lot of interceptions. His rookie year, he played 9 games. He had 1 touchdown, 11 interceptions. His second year, he played all 16 games. He had 16 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. The next 2 years, he was injured. The year after that doesn't get much better. It gets slightly better, but really nothing to write home about. And he's under a lot of pressure there in San Francisco. And all of a sudden, Jim Harbaugh goes in as the coach, and he and Smith connect. And Alex Smith is fantastic. He leads them to the NFC Championship game in 2011. And now Alex Smith is on the rise. His potential has finally been realized. It seems like he will be the quarterback of the 49ers for a very long time. And then the 49ers draft Colin Kaepernick. But Smith goes into the season as the starter. Then at a certain point in the season, he gets hurt. And at this point, he's having a fantastic season. But he gets hurt. And Kaepernick comes in. And Kaepernick is fantastic. And he leads the 49ers to the Super Bowl. So now you have this QB controversy in San Francisco where Alex Smith has shown tremendous potential, fulfilled his tremendous potential under Jim Harbaugh, but you have this tremendous athlete in Kaepernick who has taken over the sport at this point. And what do? And the 49ers ship Alex Smith out of town to Kansas City. And he goes into Kansas City and he hooks up with Andy Reid over there. And what does he do? His first year, he gets to his first Pro Bowl. He has a tremendous season, probably his best statistical season. He throws 23 touchdowns and 7 picks. He has a 61% completion percentage. He throws for over 3,300 yards. He's doing amazing. And he's in Kansas City for 5 years. And he stays healthy, and he's doing his thing. And Alex Smith is actually very interesting. There's always this discussion in football of whether you want a quarterback who is, the term is a gunslinger, or if you want a quarterback who's a game manager. And the gunslinger is the guy who you say can go out there and he can throw, 30, 40 touchdowns in a season and tons of yards, and he's making all the plays, and he's flashy and exciting and winning the games for your team. And the perception of a game manager is a guy who, doesn't have such a great arm, doesn't have such fantastic athletic ability, and he does enough. You win in spite of him, or you win with him, but he's not the one who's winning the game for you. And I think that Alex Smith turned that definition on its head. He was the definition of a game manager. He was not flashy. He did not have huge games. Like I said, like he threw 23 touchdowns and 7 picks. 23 touchdowns is not a lot, considering, but he made the Pro Bowl and he deserved to make the Pro Bowl. And I think the real definition of a game manager is a quarterback who knows exactly what they need to do at different parts of the game to lead their team to win. And if early on in the game they got the running game going and that built up a lead, and then at the end of the game you needed to put the game away or you needed to get a touchdown in order to take the lead, Alex Smith could do that. And he could lead a team that way, and he could be successful that way. And to me, that was just an incredible show of somebody who had such command of the game and of himself, that he was a selfless player, that he could give up his own stats in order to do exactly what the team needed. And then, not only that, when the team needed him, he came through, and he came through every single time. So I haven't even gotten to the big-time adversity yet. But it's not like his career was so smooth in San Francisco, but in Kansas City, he was pretty good, and he was there for 5 years total. But then, and his last 2 years, 2016 and 2017, he went to the Pro Bowl again. That was his second and third trips to the Pro Bowl. He went to the Pro Bowl 3 times in his career. And he's doing awesome. And then the Chiefs draft a quarterback named Patrick Mahomes. And this is right after Alex Smith has had a Pro Bowl season. He's at the height of his powers. He has such a command of Andy Reid's offense. The Chiefs are a good team, and the Chiefs go out and they draft Patrick Mahomes. And Smith is the starter for that next season, that 2017 season. And he plays great. His numbers, I'm looking at right now, he has a 67% completion percentage. Excuse me, he has 67.5. He throws for over 4,000 yards, career high. He has 26 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in 15 games. I mean, he was amazing. But the Chiefs had made a decision that they were going to move on from Smith and they were going to go to Mahomes. And over the course of that entire year, Smith was charged with training Mahomes, meaning Smith was training his own replacement, and he knew that he was doing this while he was still having this amazing season, this career year. And I can't imagine having to do that as an individual in any field when you know that you're at the top of your game, and yet they're bringing in somebody who they claim is going to be better than you. And you do that. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, if you hear any questions he's ever had about Alex Smith, he says amazing things about him. He says that Smith taught him how to read NFL defenses, that he came in from college not having had to do that when he was in college, and Alex Smith basically taught him how to read defenses. and Patrick Mahomes is top 3 quarterback in the league today, if not higher. He's an MVP. He's a Super Bowl champ. The Chiefs might go to the Super Bowl again this year, which would be the 3rd year in a row if they did that. So Mahomes is amazing, and obviously the Chiefs made the right call in switching from Smith to Mahomes after the 2017 season. But that is really just an insane story. Really just an insane thing to have to go through. So that's just another stage to his hashtag overcome the challenges in his career. And then the big one, this is the big one. He's traded from Kansas City to Washington, and in the middle of the 2018 season, he injures his leg, and his leg is destroyed. I mean, he broke a bunch of bones and tore the ligaments and the whole thing, and it was so bad that he went to the hospital, and they almost amputated his leg right there. And they were able to save it. And then over the next year plus, almost 2 years, he almost lost the leg several times after that. ESPN actually did a documentary a few months ago, I think you could find it on YouTube, of his recovery process. And just for him to keep his leg was incredible. And the amount of surgeries that they had to do, the amount of rehab that he had to put in order just to walk again, in order to have a healthy leg, is incredible. But not only that, in 2020, he gets back on the field and he plays in 8 games. He starts 6 of them, and he actually played football games on this leg. Besides for all the hard work physically, like we mentioned, that goes into having to get back to that stage, the fact that he's able to mentally be able to get back on the field and take hits and take sacks. I still have that image in my mind from the first game that he came back, that he started. I think it was versus the Los Angeles Rams, and you see Aaron Donald, who is one of the best players in the league, let alone the best defensive player in the league. Alex Smith is carrying him on his back because Donald is trying to sack him, and Smith will not go down. And you just picture that leg just like, buckling underneath, but it stands strong there, and it's just incredible, all the work that Alex Smith put in. And he actually retired directly after the 2020 season, which was a surprise to me, because he's late 30s, but like you could see that he could still play. He definitely could have been a backup somewhere. There's no question, let alone a starter. He may have been starting for a couple teams at some point this year. But I can imagine that whole process of getting back to the NFL was his main goal. And the fact that he did it, and the fact that he was able to start, and the fact that he was able to perform successfully, to me, I guess that was his goal. And once he was able to accomplish that, he felt comfortable retiring. As I made myself a promise, getting back to this jersey, I made myself a promise that if he ever played again, I would purchase his jersey, just because I knew that, overall just such a great guy, and having been passed over by 2 franchises at the height of his game. He was at the height of his game in San Francisco. They shipped him out because they thought they had a better option. He was at the height of his game in Kansas City, and they shipped him out because they thought they had a better option. To be that type of person, to fight through that type of adversity, and then to have the physical battle that he did with his leg, was just an incredible story to me. And it's something that I felt I needed to show respect for, and have a reminder for myself that this sits in my closet. This jersey sits in my closet, and just the respect that I have for Alex Smith as a player and as a person is exceptionally high. Yeah, that's my story. That's my video. #overcome. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it's inspiring to you. I hope you guys learned a little bit about Alex Smith, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments of your thoughts about Alex Smith, or any other players that you feel also had difficult challenges through their career that they overcame with class and dignity and success back on the field, in any sport. And like I said at the beginning, this is my submission for Eddy's Cardboard Chaos's January giveaway. So thank you, Eddy, for a great giveaway opportunity. I hope this is a good submission, and that's everything for today. A little bit longer than I expected, but Alex Smith is just a great story to me. All right, that's everything for today. We have a lot more content coming soon, more TTM videos, hopefully some more, hopefully we're going to get into marketplace videos with ZO. You have not seen ZO on the channel yet, but he's working on some stuff that hopefully we will get up in the next coming weeks and or months. Okay, that's it for today. Hope you guys all have a great week, or weekend's coming up, so a great weekend, and looking forward to the next time we can sit and talk some cards.